you know why can't I hide it? Cause I am so excited that I finally decided.
Sanmonani Gamangu Nosipho, and welcome back to my channel. It's another video, and today's video is going to be all about the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. Fit Me is finally in South Africa, guys, and I don't know why it took Maybelline so long to bring this foundation to be a part of our offering, but I'm glad that they did because I think it's absolutely amazing. It wears so beautifully on the skin. You guys can see that I'm really excited about it because look at my face. So if you'd like to see the review, like to see how it wears, like to see what it looks like on the skin, do keep watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe before you leave. You guys know where the button is. I'm giving you some time to click subscribe, and you're subscribed. It's free and it doesn't cost you a thing, and it supports my channel more than you think. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll see you next time, and don't forget to leave your other video suggestions down below. I love you guys. God ever stay blessing you. Okay, so as I've already mentioned, today's video is going to be the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation review, and it's upside down. Fit Me Foundation review. So Fit Me has finally launched in South Africa. This is a foundation line and concealer line that's already present in the Maybelline offering. However, it wasn't in South Africa, so Maybelline Fit Me has finally launched in South Africa. And I know a lot of big YouTubers that I support and love, like Alyssa Ashley, who swear by the Fit Me foundation as well as the concealers. I really hope they launched those too, because if they did, that's what I actually really want to go get, because I know Alyssa Ashley says that that's one of her favorite concealers, and I'm all down for a brilliant concealer because I like the LA Girl, but I feel like sometimes it gets patchy, so I'm looking for something that's creamy that will blend perfectly, and that's apparently it, the Fit Me concealer. So if Maybelline's listening, if you guys didn't bring the concealers, please bring those down. Okay, so in my little package, or not so little package, this is what I got. So I got 5 foundation shades and 5 powder shades. Some of the powders are missing because I was testing them out over the weekend to see which powder is my shade, because I wanted to test out how the powder works, because I'm still looking for the perfect powder for my skin tone. So I was testing those out. So in here we have like a little note that basically says, "Hey Nosipho, the wait is finally over. Fit Me foundations are here. Try it, snap it, slay it, and tag us. Maybelline SA Fit for Africa." Okay, so these are the foundation shades. So the foundation shades that I think are close to my complexion is this one, which is 360, and then number 350. Oh wow, let me actually put this down. Then there's also a 352. Okay, I've swatched all 3 shades on my face that I think would be closest to my skin tone, and having a look at my face at the moment, I actually think 360 is my shade, which is actually weird for me because 352 I think would have been like a good match. However, the undertone is all wrong. So as you guys can see, 352 is really grey, and then 350 is quite light. Yeah, very light for my skin tone, not even quite light, about a shade or 2 lighter than me, so this is quite light for me. And then up here is 360, which I would have expected to be dark because it's a long ways away from 352, but it actually seems like this is going to be the closest match to my skin tone. So I think what needs to be noted about these foundations is that, kind of like the Rihanna Fenty foundations, which is what I heard a lot, is that the different shades are more dependent on your undertones than it is on the actual foundation shade. So the number 352 or 350 doesn't necessarily mean the one is much darker or lighter than the other, but it speaks a lot about the undertone. So I think when you go get matched in store or anything like that, you need to consider what undertone you are so you can find the right foundation shade for you, because this is completely grey and definitely not my shade, but this is a really good match for me, and it's 6 shades up, or down rather, from what I thought would have been a good match for me. I'm first going to go in with my Estee Lauder The Mattifier Primer. I'm just going to put that all over my face, especially because I've just had to wipe my face, which has made my face kind of dry, to take off that foundation, or rather the foundation swatches. So I'm just going to use a brush to blend the primer into my skin. I find that this works really nicely in making sure that my pores are filled and the primer actually adheres to my skin properly. Okay, so as the name suggests, that primer is a mattifying primer, a really mattifying primer. I love it because it makes sure that my skin stays matte the entire day. And now I'm just basically squeezing the foundation onto my face. That was way too much foundation, and I guess in that step we've seen that the foundation isn't really thick, but it is a little bit runny, not like extremely running like the NYX Total Drop Cover Foundation, but it is a little bit runny, so you may want to be careful with that when you want to squeeze it onto your face. I'm just going to take the same brush that I used to apply my primer, and then I'm going to pat into my skin, and then I'll blend out. And I really like using a dense brush to do this because it makes sure that my foundation doesn't look streaky, and these Switch Beauty brushes are really brilliant for that because they blend out your foundation really nicely and they don't leave streaks or lines on your face that can just be quite unsightly to look at. Then I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and then continue blending and pressing the foundation into my skin. Okay, so right off the bat, this is one layer of foundation. The first thing that I can say is that the foundation is really easy to blend. It doesn't stick to any parts or patches of my skin, and it really just blends out really evenly, really smoothly. I absolutely love that. Secondly, as you guys can see, that the foundation dries down to a matte finish, so it is the matte poreless foundation, so the finish on this foundation is going to be matte. However, with one layer, as you guys can see, I have a mark over here, I have a mark over here, and I had some marks above my forehead or above my eyebrow that have pretty much disappeared. This one also has pretty much disappeared, and then this one isn't as unsightly as it was in the beginning, so the foundation really does blend out nicely, and it covers medium, so I would say it's a medium to buildable coverage foundation. We're just going to take some more of that 360 and apply to the problem areas that I've mentioned to see if we can cover those up even more. Okay, and as you guys can see, as far as the match goes, this actually is a really good match for me, so I'm quite happy. It looks even more beautiful when you blend it out, and it matches even better with the skin, so I suppose Fit Me would be a very fitting name for this foundation because it just does actually morph to your skin tone. Well, I guess obviously as long as you choose the closest shade to your skin tone, so I really like that. I actually don't know why I put foundation on the side because I don't have any extra anything to cover on the side, but it's fine. So as you guys can see, initially when you apply it, it has quite the dewy finish, but then it dries down to the matte that you see there. Okay, so as you guys can see, the mark that I had here is covered even more, and obviously using a damp beauty sponge that kind of picks up some of the foundation, that's why it's being uncovered a little bit, but I don't mind that because it's not a terrible looking mark. So I don't mind that some of the foundation is being picked up, and I'd rather have well blended foundation than have cakey spots on my face, you know, because I don't want to lift the foundation off of my marks. What can you expect from this foundation? You can expect a foundation that feels really lightweight. It's a matte foundation, however I don't feel like my face is pulled tight or extremely dry, which is a good thing because I've got dry skin, so usually a matte foundation will feel extremely matte on my face. And also I used a mattifying primer, so my face should have been pulled a little bit tighter than I'm used to, which is not what's happening in this case. So the foundation is mattifying, however it doesn't feel unbearably dry on the skin. Number two, it is a pore minimizing foundation, so as you guys can see looking at my face I feel looks a little bit smoother than what I'm used to, which I'm really happy about. And my problem area in terms of pores is this area over here, and I do feel like my pores look a little bit more refined. The foundation filled in those areas nicely. However, case in point, the Estee Lauder primer that I use also is a pore filling foundation, so maybe these two things coupled together, both being pore filling products, have refined my pores and made them look better. So it may not look as smooth on you as it does on me because I do have another mitigating factor, which is the Estee Lauder primer. However, I can say that I feel that my pores look refined. Whether it's just the foundation or it's the foundation and the primer, I can't confirm at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup like these videos always go. I'm not gonna show the process, so the video won't be too long because I think it's already gonna be quite long. And then I'm gonna come back and show you guys the Fit Me powder, which also came in my little package, and some of the other Maybelline products that they sent to me. Might as well make it a one brand sorta kinda tutorial. Okay, so I'll see you guys when the rest of my makeup is done. Okay, so at this point everything that needs to be on my face is on there. I know my face looks a little bit dry because I do have a lot of powder products on my face, but I'm going to go ahead and follow up with my Maybelline Fit Me 350 powder, and I'm just going to take that on a fluffy brush. You guys that have been on my channel for a while know I like to do this. I'm just going to swirl the brush in the product, and I've been using a tiny mirror. I don't know why I didn't just take my Kali Bible palette and basically use that because it's got a huge mirror, but I'll just take the powder and literally swirl it all over my face just to make sure that all of the lines, that being the contour lines, the highlight lines, basically every sort of line that's on your face is well blended out. Okay, so now that I'm done blending all of that in, I'm just going to take some of this, what's left of my Clinique Moisture Surge face spray. That's basically just water now, to be honest, because I mixed in a lot of water in here and I'm spraying that all over my face. And I use a lot because it is water, so no worries about finishing my setting spray because it is just water. Then I'm going to fan my face dry. Okay, so for mascara, I'm going to be using the Lash Sensational Multiplying Mascara, and I'm just going to apply that all over my lashes now that the primer is pretty much dry, or completely dry. It goes without saying that Maybelline mascaras are pretty damn amazing, so this Lash Sensational Multiplying Mascara is definitely a win for me. And then to highlight my face, I'm going to go in with my Kali Bible times BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm going to be using this new brush that I like using from Switch Beauty, which is this brush. This is the brush that I primarily use to apply my what's this thing called, highlighter. Then we're going to apply that highlight on the tops of the cheekbone. And I like to do that C shape lately. Guys, no bad. This Kali Bible highlighter is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. It's just sad that, you know, these palettes, you have to ship them internationally, and like whenever you try to buy them from vendors, local vendors, they triple or quadruple the price, which is insane because these products are not that expensive. Okay, so what I like to do now that the glow on my face is ridiculously intense because of this Kali Bible palette is I take another fluffy brush and I just diffuse my highlights on my cheek, because I really don't like that harsh highlight line that can sometimes get left behind if you don't do the step. So I literally just take the brush and diffuse the highlights into my cheeks. So as you guys can see, when I turn my cheek, I have a beautiful highlight, but it's not a straight highlight line, if that makes any sense. Then I'm just going to take this beautiful, beautiful orange. I hope this looks good because I'm not one to play around with color that much, but I really like the look of this orange. Okay guys, so my final thoughts on this foundation is that it's an absolute dream. I think my face tells the tale. I think my skin looks so beautiful. It doesn't feel like I have anything on my skin. It does actually make your face look flawless and poreless, and the blend is seamless. I really do agree with everything that this packaging says. And I did wear the foundation on Saturday. The only downfall of the foundation, which is surprising for me because it's a matte foundation, is that the wear isn't ridiculous. However, the weather in South Africa at the moment is not really conducive for makeup in general, so maybe that's why I didn't get great wear out of the foundation. I go to church on Saturday from 9 o'clock in the morning, basically come home at around 6, and I think by the time it hit 12 o'clock I already had to touch up with the powder and like pat down my skin. So I think you could get a good 5-6 hours of wear out of the foundation. So if you have really oily skin, this may be problematic for you, because I've got dry skin and I had to touch up and pat down my skin. So especially in a hotter climate, this may be a struggle for you, but I think it's worth trying to pat it down and trying to touch up during the day to have a face that looks this flawless, because for me, I haven't found the foundation that's completely perfect, especially in terms of the undertone and what the foundation looks like on my skin. So even if this was a struggle for me to wear in terms of getting 12 hours or 15 hours of wear out of the foundation, I would still risk it with this foundation because it looks so good, so good so good on the skin. So I absolutely love it. I think it's a plus. I really think it's such a beautiful addition, and I do understand why everybody from all the other countries was raving about this foundation, because it really is amazing. How many brownie points would I give this foundation? A solid 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, guys, because it's such a beautiful foundation and it looks amazing on. So just to summarize the findings that I found is that it is a matte, semi-matte finish. However, it does have a bit of transfer. The way that I got out of the foundation is probably 6 hours, and I've got dry skin. The foundation does do everything that it claims to do. It will fill out your pores, it will make your skin look flawless, and it has a very natural skin-like finish. So if that's what you're looking for in a foundation, then this foundation is definitely going to be for you. So I definitely say buy it. I definitely say try it, because I absolutely love it. I hope you guys found the video helpful. I hope I influenced your decision a little bit and maybe gave you some insight that you maybe didn't have already about the foundation. But until the next video, I love you guys. Also, don't forget to leave me comments down below on which videos you'd like me to do in the future and what else you'd like me to do. Also, you guys saw the other Maybelline products I tried. I tried the lipstick and the mascara. The mascaras from Maybelline are always a win, and the lipstick, these lip ink matte inks, are really stunning. I love them. I love the color offering. I also like that it's a lip stain, and it stains your lips and it stays on your lips for quite a while. So I think that concludes everything. Okay, we can end the video now. Until next time, I love you guys. Bye.